the big story, Prime Minister Modi will be continuing his Diwali tradition and will be spending Diwali with Jawans. The Congress, meanwhile, has called it the Prime Minister's PR and headline management. Let's take it to the politicians. Joining me is the spokesperson of the Congress party, Adil Singh Boparai, and Brigadier Anil Gupta, chief spokesperson of the BJP in Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. Boparai, Prime Minister Modi has for so many years spent Diwali with the Jawans. What's wrong in that? Isn't it a morale booster for the Jawans at the border?
Well, Rohit, this is symbolism. We have no problem with symbolism. But the point is that what are the larger issues which we're facing as a country today? To begin with, our government of India's defense budget is one of the lowest since 1962, if you compare this with our total budget, number one. Number two, the Chinese encroachment, the Chinese intrusion in Ladakh. The Prime Minister lied to the country. And now we know the Ministry of Defense has itself confirmed that Chinese troops are in Indian soil. But the Prime Minister, despite that, lied to the all-party meeting and he's lied to the country. So these are larger issues. When will we push the Chinese out? This is Indian territory. There can be no compromises with our territorial integrity. The Prime Minister needs to move beyond symbolism. He needs to move beyond PR and safeguard our borders. Having said this, symbolism is okay, but symbolism alone without any corresponding and consequential action is nothing but an empty letter.
All right, let Brigadier Anil Gupta respond to that. Brigadier Gupta, Mr. Boparai says this is just symbolism, move beyond that.
Rohit, having been a soldier, I can tell you
yes,
that there not can be a better thing for a soldier, for the Prime Minister of the country to spend Diwali with him. Soldiers spend Diwalis from their home year after year.
yes.
And for them, when the Prime Minister of the country is with them, there cannot be a better moment than that. Congress may call it anything. It's become habit with Congress. You see, criticizing for the sake of criticizing. Whatever the government proposes, Congress will oppose. This is their motto.
Right.
So therefore, it does not matter to anybody in the nation. Nobody even bothers for Congress now. You have seen what has happened to Congress recently in Bihar.
Yes.
They must learn lesson from that.
Yes.
Rather than trying to be just criticizing the government,
right,
they must learn that they must realize that the people of India hate them. That's the word.
Yes, Mr. Boparai, are you criticizing this for the sake of criticizing it? Because what's wrong in Prime Minister celebrating Jawans, the Diwali with the Jawans who are working in challenging conditions in inclement weather, away from their families, celebrating the festival? What's wrong in that? What issues you have raised may be valid issues, but what's wrong in celebrating the Prime Minister celebrating Diwali with Jawans?
I have said we have no problem. But as a veteran, I put this question to my friend.
But you're calling it headline management and PR?
No, please hear me out. Please hear me out. Please hear me out. I am saying my friend from the Bharatiya Janata Party, being a veteran, doesn't his blood boil when he sees Chinese troops in Indian soil? Doesn't he get angry when Chinese have encroached upon Indian territory? As a citizen, I'm asking him this question. As a veteran, I'm asking him this question.
All right, let him respond to that.
When are we going to push the Chinese out?
Brigadier Gupta, respond to that.
With our territorial integrity.
Yes.
Please suspend this speed. Stop the rhetoric. We have to push the Chinese out.
All right, Mr. Boparai, let him respond. You've asked him a question. Let him respond.
Yes, my blood boils when a childish Rahul Gandhi says that we have thrown them out in 15 minutes. Whereas most of the intrusions are for the last 60 years. Congress has been bending backwards in front of the Chinese. This was the first time the Indian Army and the government of India has stood against a bully China. China itself is realizing. China never expected India to behave like this.
Why did he lie?
This is the stand taken by India.
All right,
China today
one by one
is begging for disengagement.
Stand with India.
What is the question of pushing out?
Not BJP first.
My dear friend, this is
India first, not BJP
right.
first.
Is the intrusion over? Is the kissa over? It's not over as yet.
All right.
Not over as yet.
All right, Brigadier Gupta, Adil Singh Boparai, I'm sorry, I'm very short on time.
Harping on the same point again and again.